Okay, we're doing a little bit of a different video. It will be a little bit longer, so we're in the landscape form instead of the portrait. Um, and we're going to show my current setup for sorting Lego used. Now I've got two stations. One is over here directly underneath the TV. It's a little inconvenient for watching TV, and I've got some other stuff piled up here in front of it at the moment. Some of it will be later videos, and some of it will be just other stuff. But I've got all these categories set up, and what I'm going to do is these categories are designed by David West. I'm going to put a link in the description to the video he put up that talks about his system, and actually in the description of his video it has a link for that file. I'm not going to link that file myself because it's not my file, but I'm going to send the link to his video so you can go check that out. My main sorting area is back here, and that's because it's more easily watching the TV. And I certainly watch like Bricks and things like that on the big TV. So I've got all these categories set out, and it starts way over here on the left, and it's kind of like a tiered levels there just because of the boxes that they're sitting on. And then I've got this large light right here that I can just turn on for, really helps me see up close here. But I've got a Duplo one and one for non-Lego, and then 1x bricks and 2x bricks, and then bricks that are too tall or too wide than either of those categories. Modified bricks are here, and then here we've got 1x plate, including 1x1, tile, 2x plate, plate that is bigger than 2x in one direction at least. Actually, it would have to be in both directions. Modified plate, round, which I also include 1x1 round plate in the round. Wedges, slopes. Over here is small slopes. This one is originally supposed to be wheels only, I think, but I've included all transportation type parts. So plane wings, plane fuselage, masts, all sorts of different vehicle related things. An exception would be like motorcycles. They're going to go into the minifig parts. Windows and doors. I've also got staircases and fences in here. This one's kind of a mishmash. It's got brick separators and steering wheels and chairs and things like that. This one may get canceled and put into a new category that I'll devise, or better yet, these things will be mixed in with other things. This one is bars. This one is also one that is probably going to get canceled. I'm finding most of these pieces are going to other categories for me as I'm just kind of mentally thinking about it. So that's what's going on with that. I've got a snot one, which is fairly full at the moment. Instructions. This one is broken or dirty pieces. So we will further sort that later and pull out the broken ones, and then the dirty ones will get cleaned better. Basically, all of these will get cleaned, but these are going to need a little bit more help than normal, I think. This is actually snot also, because as I'm sitting here, I can't really reach the snot bin way over here. So I have a separate bin here, and then I dump it in. And so that one's about to get emptied. I've also got flag type pieces here. I'm not 100% sure where they're going yet. Some of them could go, I mean, you could argue that this one is a tile, but it's not completely tile because it's got the clips. Maybe it's a modified plate, but it has no studs. And then these kind here have nothing. This one's in the wrong place. Over here, I've also got the same idea. I've got a bin for 2x bricks and a bin for 1x bricks because I can't reach those way over there as I'm sorting. Minifigure parts here, plants and natural elements. So it also includes like flames and electricity. Down here are corner pieces, which are either brick or tile, usually the 2x2 with the corner cut out, but there's some of them that are more angled. Back here, I have more categories. I've got a not sure category, and then next to it, the not sure for wheels and treads. Over here is electronics, so engine pieces, pullback motors, spring shooters, wheels with axles in them, anything with metal that I don't want to actually wash. I've also got here burps and other rock type pieces, kind of they're just bigger pieces that choke out. I've also got really large roof pieces go in here. And that's kind of how this is all set up. Once one of these categories is done, and like I would say the 2x plate is close. Once I dump this snot in with the rest, that's probably going to be close. Once that's done, it gets poured off into a gallon Ziploc bag, and I found that about this level here, if I up to this level of the bin, that will pretty much fill a gallon Ziploc bag. So I take those gallon Ziploc bags, and then I've got them, I've just started doing this, I've got these totes over here where I'm putting the gallon Ziploc bags, and they're kind of organized. And then it's kind of in the same order as things are over there. So over here I've got on the left side 1 by brick, and then here 2 by brick, 1 by plate, 2 by plate. This is modified brick and modified plate, larger plate, round, wedges, slopes. That looks like it's probably more slopes. I'll have to double check. I might be supposed to go over there. Windows and fences and that sort of thing. Over here are minifigure type things. And I see I've got the boat, that blow up type boat in there too. Over here is printed. And no, I take that back. Those are vehicle pieces. That makes more sense. And over here it's printed and minifigure type pieces, including those large green plates from the soccer sets. Down here, this one is all Technic. And then I've got 4 more bins down here that have nothing in them yet. I may spread some of these out as more categories get done. Going back to this, some of these categories are so far from having a bag, like these rods over here. I mean, it doesn't even coat the bottom of the bin. That's why that category is probably going to get integrated into another category. And the same with this one. I've been sorting it this long, and I don't really even have a full one to go. The small slopes, I don't think I had one over there, so that one's one that I'll keep, but it's just going to take a long time to fill it. And then also another one I haven't actually filled yet is tile, but tile is so thin, and then it's getting there. It's getting close. Duplo I have a separate box for that it goes in, so all this stuff has a different place that it's going. The idea is once I get a full bin here, or perhaps half a bin, because some of these, they've got 2 different categories in here. Once I get 2 or 3 bags wide and then a second level up, I will take one category at a time and I will dump those pieces out of the Ziplocs and I'll put them in mesh bags to wash them. So then I will wash them and dry them, and then at that point they would be put into a holding pattern because they would be ready to be a second sort. And that second sort would basically be to take whatever pieces are in all those like bags and separate them into molds. And David talks about this in his video quite extensively. Once I have different categories for the molds, then I just have different colors of each of those molds and I can go to adding them very quickly. My concept is I want to get a lot of the same thing no matter what it is I'm doing, so that when I go to add them in, I'm not adding 1 or 2 or 3 of the same piece, except for in the most rare pieces. I want to get bunches of pieces up at once to be a little more effective for the time it takes to do that. So yeah, we're going to be building up a lot of stuff here, and then the washing machine is going to start whirring as we wash stuff, and then it'll dry out, and we will probably not rebag it in Ziplocs, but I'm probably going to come up with some other sorting method for putting all the same types of pieces in. I'll probably use larger shoebox type boxes, but not shoebox size. Like here I've got, this size item. This would be good for probably 3 or 4 gallon bags worth or something like that. I've also got these bins up here. They just don't have a lid, and that there's holes in the handles on the sides. I mean, they'd hold probably 2 gallon bags worth. So we'll see what we come up with. But I've got a bunch of these over here as well, and these might be what I end up using. They're larger than the standard shoebox, and I might use those because I got a bunch of those. So that's kind of the way I have my sorting system set up and how my plan is for going forward for sorting and washing and then sorting again and then getting stuff listed. And anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope that was informative. And don't forget, I'm going to put the link to the file in the link to David's video. So it's already there. You just need to know what video to go watch and see where that link is. Anyway, thank you very much.